plan, and the plan didn't work. So now I'm doing the backup plan. I don't know if the backup plan is going to work either, but it's already working a lot better than my first plan, which was to dredge with my Highbanker. Unfortunately, this little Harbor Freight pump, it just doesn't have enough to push water. It doesn't have enough head pressure to push water up that long white hose right there. It's got to be much shorter or else it doesn't work. I just need to run it. If I'm going to run this dredge as a Highbanker, I'm going to need a more powerful pump. So I decided just to go back to using it what it was originally designed for, which is Highbanking. And I'm going after this stuff right here. It's just sand. There's a lot of black sand in it though. In fact, there's a lot of black sand everywhere here. Reacts pretty strong to the magnet. And I figured I'd run it and see what we're getting. So far I don't see any gold, but that's not surprising because I only ran a couple shovels. Gold in this area isn't known to be exactly plentiful, but still having fun. Planning on taking a sample pan of exactly where I'm digging just to get a better idea of what I should be keeping. The one thing that I'm noticing, normally I use a 2-inch semi-trash pump for the gold hog and it really puts out the water. This thing here puts out a lot less water, and I noticed that my riffles are still, they're not loading up since I'm running mostly sand. And so there is the distinct possibility that running this small semi-trash pump, it's a 1.5 inch or 1 inch on this, actually be pretty beneficial to retaining fine gold. I won't know until I take a sample of what is in this dirt and then pan out what I got in here. So we'll see how things go. Either way, it is a nice, beautiful day, and there isn't really a whole lot. There isn't really a whole lot of good days left, so I'm gonna enjoy it while I can. You notice I'm all wet suited up, but I'm not using it since I'm not dredging. So, oh well, we'll see how things go. The pump that I was running didn't have enough head pressure to get all the way up to the Highbanker, and so I decided to try just to run the sand, and there's nothing in that sand. That sand is all nothing. So I went and I got my big pump, and now I'm working in this old dry washer hole here. I don't know why people work a dry washer out here. It's pretty fine stuff, but they're running the dry washer and I'm running the gold hog. I still got my flow set. I got my flow set high so I can use that grizzly to its fullest capability, but I have my pitch set pretty shallow to try to capture this fine gold. And so what I want to see in here is I want to see the material jumping around. And if the material is jumping around in there, then I know that it's working. You know, and when I run a bucket through, because that's how I'm doing it, is running a bucket, I could see it slowly rolling down and breaking up and really turning all that dirt into a good slurry and breaking it up, and all the heavies are dropping out inside these different riffles that I have here. I'm not fully set up right, but it's just a quick, I just kind of want to get a good sample of what's going on here. I did take a pan, 1 shovel full. I got about 30 pieces, 40 pieces of color. It's all real fine, but I mean, it's gold, man. I'll take it. I'm missing my dampener here. It's in the truck. I just didn't want to put it on. And then I don't have my splitter. I don't have my splitter, so I get that little stream of water pissing out at me. But other than that, it's working pretty good. Got a pump down there by the river. This is cheap Harbor Freight, but the thing works great. It's got plenty of head pressure. I need more hose. I wish that I could put this thing up closer to where I'm working because I don't like hauling buckets around, but I'll survive. I will. I know I will. All right. Back to work. Done for the day. Trying to get this carburetor to drain out, but doesn't want to run forever. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm calling it quits because I lost the sun. Gold really likes sun. Let's see here. Oh, I just seen a piece. A little piece right there bumping around. I don't know if you can see it with all the ripples. Yeah, hopefully there's a bunch of gold in here. Chances are there's not. It's alright, still had fun though. I see some gold in here though, so I think that's promising. Oh. And there goes the water. Yeah, a little gold right there. Who knows, maybe I'm rich. Nice little piece right there. Most of my gold's up in here. You'll notice with this, it's right underneath that mat. It creates a fluid bed underneath that miner's moss. Underneath this miner's moss, I've noticed what it does is it creates a nice fluid bed. And I would say easily 80% of my gold is always under that, no matter how fine. I mean, it's considered a nugget trap, but it really, for me anyways, is a fine gold trap. Anyways, I'll you guys know how it came out. Look at all this black sand. This is just coming off of my tailings. Black sands. All the way down. It's pretty cool. Definitely a lot of black sand in this area. Some more. I mean, that's smaller than 50. There's not really much going on in here. So there's my clean out. I'm not even gonna pan it out. I'm just getting more frustrated, so I clean this stuff up before the wife gets home. definitely find something else to do because that gold hog. Really? The gold hog does not have what it takes to keep this fine gold. There's no doubt about that. So we'll figure something else out. All right, guys. So it's time to do a recap. If you hear some background noises, it's because I've got a dog that is pretty close to having puppies. In fact, I'll show it to you right here. Just about there. Any day now, actually. No, cat's gonna escape this as she gets outside. Anyways, just figured I'd give you a recap of my last prospecting trip, which was relatively unsuccessful. Normally I would show you a pan full of gold and give you the big thumbs up, but that didn't really happen this time. You saw the results. Now the thing is I gotta give credit to that gold hog. It really works well with fine gold, but for some reason this time it did not. Knock it off, cat. She's trying to chew on a cord. You're not in trouble. Anyways, so I think a lot of what's happening here is I took a sample, and in my sample pan, the results should have yielded much more gold in the gold hog than it did, but it was super fine. This is like minus 200 type stuff, and I really don't. That gold hog doesn't do a good job keeping the stuff that's minus 200. Minus 100 it does, minus 50 it does, and of course the larger size pieces that you get, the better job it does keeping it. So I don't want to sit here and bash the gold hog because I've been to a lot of places with it. If you guys remember my Cache Creek, Arkansas River, that was almost all fine gold. I had a couple pieces of wire and a couple little tiny pokers, but the rest of it was all just flour gold, and it kept it really well. I actually got quite a bit of gold out of that run. This stuff I didn't keep any of it, and I think there's just a limit to what the gold hog can keep, especially considering the fact that it's designed to run with a higher flow of water. You know, it really is. You know, it's recommended to run with a 2-inch semi-trash pump. Running it pretty heavy too. Especially if you want to get that grizzly to function properly, you have to have quite a bit of flow of water. And so, you know, it makes sense that it doesn't keep most of it. You've seen the results in the blue bowl. I'm not going to pan it out because, I mean, I just put it in my snuffer bottle, and you know, one of these days when that thing's half full of black sand and flour gold, then I'll pan it out. But I'm going to put this. Wait. I'm going to put this in a 2-inch baby dredge. Because right now I'm running some fabric that's horrible. I've made some. I got this off of eBay for. It's just like, I mean, it's a good chunk of it. It's good quality stuff too. They even give you a sticker. I'll put down my truck. Let people know that I'm a failed gold miner. But $15, and they give you a big old long chunk of it, which is nice. And it looks like some good high quality stuff. It doesn't look like it's fraying or falling apart. So good price. If you're looking for some new miner's moss, they do have it in other colors too. It doesn't have to be green, but I like the green. It looks like the color of moss. But anyways, I still had fun with the trip. I am planning another trip up to Wyoming. Possibly next week. A lot of it, I mean, I would have already been gone getting ready for this weekend if it wasn't for this dog right here getting ready to have puppies. But priorities are priorities. And I love this dog, and I love her puppies, and I love the money her puppies bring. And I guarantee I'll make more money off the puppies than I will going for gold. Until next time.